Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. It's spooky month, by the way. Would you believe? Um, so, yeah, I have lovely spooky month room all set up. Uh, I didn't stream with it in the beginning because I didn't have it set up yet, but now I have it all set up, and yeah. Also, this is Melody's Halloween costume. Hi, it's going good. I am showing off the Halloween room. Um, I'm surprised I was able to get this done. Honestly, it was like an hour before stream. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be recording with Melody's Halloween costume. Am I just gonna use the normal background?" And just decided, fuck it, and made this. To be fair, I already had the room set up. I just repurposed an old room that I don't use, so we're all good. Um, yeah, just this is her Halloween costume. It's so cute. Uh, Hi Bass. It has been a while. It has been a while. Um, the skirt of this is so cute. It's got little bats over it, and it's also got two giant bat wings hugging the skirt. It's really cute. I love it. Yeah. Kind of sucks though doing the Halloween costumes. Cuz well, first of all, you guys are still the bookshelf as always. Uh, um but for Guinevere, the other model, she I'm like, do I introduce her with her normal model or do I do her Halloween costume? Cuz she has a Halloween costume model now too. So, I don't know. I don't know. I'll decide that later. But yeah, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud to have set this all up. Having said that, oh, that fell. Okay, give me a second. Chat, I screwed up. Hold on. One of my plushies fell. Well, it's technically not a plushie. It's there he is. He's a keychain. It's a keychain of a shark. He fell, but he's back up now. But yeah, also I have my drink as always and fruit snacks because it's been a while since I've had fruit snacks and streamed. To be honest, uh, but anyway, we shall. Hold on. Okay. Yep. And this is why we have the phone up. I go over to the Twitch on my laptop, and it's like your stream doesn't even have anything on it. It's a black screen right now. And I was like, okay, well, I hope not. No, my phone's like, no, you're good. You're fine. Um, but yeah, we're gonna be finishing up uh Karma's Root, hopefully. Okay, I vaguely remember. I'm pretty sure there's only 9 chapters. So, theoretically, we should be on the last chapter. However, I might be wrong. Um, but yeah. And I love how I set all this up and, um, meanwhile, so, we just have a little ghost buddy. Look, I can't do that much stuff. This is the only, like, this and night streamlight overlay. It's the only ones I have. I don't have anything else, okay? Suffer. Um, but yeah. Oh, did I change the chair? Oh, I did change the chair. I'm smart. I changed the chair. I didn't know if I had or not. Good. I don't know if I like the fact that it looks like that. Hold on. Ooh, bad. Hold on. Things are happening. I am tempting. There you go. There we go. It's back to normal now. I'll figure that out later. For now. Game. Can't do it that much. Yeah. Yeah, because we're on chapter 8, so chapter 8, chapter 9, the end. What was happening? Oh. Oh, okay. I remember what was happening now. I was just greeted by a choice of like which. Any plans for Halloween? At the current moment, streaming. That's it, really. I loose plans of maybe doing a day stream on Halloween and playing some games, you know, Halloween themed games. I know there's one game I do plan to play. I actually plan to make a whole video, not about the game, but about the creator of the game, because they're releasing a new thing. Where? Hold on. Yeah, okay. Okay. Thank you, I guess. You never need to thank me, Melody. But you've done so much for me. It's not just the sword fighting, it's your patience, your company. You're saving me when I need help. When I needed help. That's not true. I'm pretty sure I'm the most selfish person in this tavern. All I ever want is things for myself. I never thought you were selfish, Claude. Oh, that was a good choice. That's good. That's very good. He puts a hand to my cheek and looks at me solemnly. You don't think me wanting you is... He suddenly steps back, his hand on his chest again, his breathing heavy. I stare at Claude with wide eyes. Claude, are you okay? I'm fine. He sighs slowly, but he sounds obviously pained. I'll get a niece. No. I'm fine. I'm fine. I swear, it's just a spell of dizziness. But you... He manages a small, tight-lipped smile before he straightens and shakes his head. His hands are visibly shaking. I must be tired. But Claude, do not tell anyone about this, okay? I don't want them to worry. Why is he always so stubborn? He's obviously in pain. I clench my hands into a fist as I frown at him. Why must you always be so secretive? You're keeping something from me, Claude. You think? Girl, you still don't know what his curse is. You know it's Beauty and the Beast. At least we figured that out. But, like, you know nothing else. I'm sorry, Melody. Claude abruptly leaves the room, leaving me with my fragmented thoughts. Chapter 9! The Rescue. Today I will land another hit on you, Karma. If you can, darling, I welcome the challenge. Princess, your side is open. I bring my sword closer to my side as Garland strikes me. Tonight is the first night I get to use a real sword as opposed to a practice sword. Hell yeah. The sounds of metal clashing echoes into the night air. Or... Damn, I made that... Okay. Is this what a real battle feels like? We've been practicing under... Skirmish? conditions for the last few days. Since tomorrow is the day we enact our plan, we're doing some last-minute practice. Remember, fighting back-to-back is better than doing it alone. Claude dodges Julian's sword as he speaks, but I notice he seems to be taking special care not to look in my direction. He's been fine for the last few days, but I'm not sure when his pain will return. If only he would tell me what is wrong with him. When Claude finally calls the end of practice, we are all exhausted. Good job, everyone. You'll all be fine tomorrow. Garland turns to face me, soft expression on his face. And if it comes down to it, Julian and I will protect you. Garland looks over his shoulder at Claude. Both of you. That's our job as knights. I'm quite capable of protecting myself, but I do appreciate the offer. It's late. We should all get some rest. The two knights excuse themselves, leaving me with Claude. Melody, you should go to bed. Princess? I have a feeling I won't sleep much tonight, anyway. Be that as it may, you should still try. I'm about to retire for the night as well. I want to keep practicing. I want to talk to you. I want to keep practicing. Because, I mean, we might have gotten more practice, but I don't think we're still strong enough to defeat anything. We're fighting against the Palace Knights, right? Like, we need all the practice we can get. Princess, if you overexert yourself, your reflexes will be slow tomorrow. But I'm nowhere near as good as Julian or Garland. You sure you won't reconsider going, Princess? No. So stop insisting I reconsider. I will go save my father. I admire the fact she's going to do this, but also, why, Melody? The dude's done nothing for you to this point. Man's forgot his own daughter. Like, nah. Nah. Claude sighs out, then leans forward to set a hand on my head. Melody, promise you'll stay behind me if we are attacked. And if any point it looks like we may not make it, you're to run as fast as you can back to the margin. But that is cowardly. Melody, don't you remember what I said before? Sometimes running is the right thing to do. Never run into an impossible situation. Instead, live to fight another day. Promise me you'll stay behind me. Please, Melody, give me that peace of mind. You know, it's us, though. Do you really think she's gonna listen? I mean, we can give him false hope. I promise. If it'll make him feel better for going to this mission, I cannot deny his request. Even she knows that she's not gonna listen. God's expression softens as he moves away from me. I'll stay behind you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, see? I had a feeling that was a good option. Let's attempt to sleep in preparation for tomorrow. When this is all over, I'll pry Claude's secrets out of him. Transition. Tonight is the night. Everyone is just about ready to go, and I can't get this feeling of foreboding off my chest. Uh-oh. Everyone is gathered close to the door, ready to see us off. Everyone except Princess. Oh, fuck. Rumpel suddenly appears. Anise coming up to stand right next to him. What are you two doing here? Well, of course, we came to wish you good luck, just like everyone else here. We'll be waiting for you tonight, so that we can celebrate everyone's return. Be careful. Emily, who has been everywhere with her brother since they came here, is standing right beside him now with a smile. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry. That was not directed towards anyone. It was directed towards this person, because we've banned them so many times. Oh my gosh. I will pray for your safe return. Her smile wavers, and I can tell she is uncertain. She has the greatest knights of Caldria, 2 witches, and a prince. She'll be fine. Rod's responses are curt as usual, but I can't help but notice the hesitance in his voice. Even though he stares at me without expression, I can see a tinge of worry in his eyes. Rest assured that we will keep the princess safe. We're not going to let Alacaster get away with what he did to Angeli and its royal family. Parfait steps forward last. She and Delora glance at each other, and I feel as if some secret message bounces between the two of them. Delora nods ever so slightly before Parfait turns to the rest of us. Her eyes eventually fall on me. You've changed since you've been here, Princess, but your dedication and resolve never wavers. It's always been there, just beneath the surface. She's not wrong, we have changed a lot, you know? Yeah. But we're still stubborn as hell. Stubbornness or resolve. Oh. It is as if Parfait is able to read my thoughts. She smiles as she sets a hand on my shoulder. Your dedication is much like King Gennaro's. You are proud and honorable and always take steps in the right direction. I don't know if comparing to my father right now is a good idea. I mean, man sucks right now. That is why I know you'll be back tonight. Just as Rumpel said, we'll all be waiting for you, all of you. Stay safe tonight. I nod my head as everyone gathered around begins to repeat their hearty goodbyes. It's Delora who walks away first. We all follow behind. The night has just begun. Our way to the palace gates is uneventful, but we pause some distance away from them to take shelter in a nearby alley. There are knights everywhere. Waltz points to what looks like a regular section of the wall. There's a hidden door to the tunnels. If we time it right between the knights' patrols, we should be able to make it. On my signal. Claude puts a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. It is an abrupt gesture, and it doesn't last long, but the motion calms my nerves somewhat. We will be fine. Our footsteps echo in the tunnel. Standing in front of me are Julian and Garland, who are flanking Waltz. Delora stands beside me, and Claude is at my back. This small tunnel makes it seem like we have brought a lot of people. Bleh. This way. We silently follow Waltz's instructions. How is it that Waltz knows about these tunnels? Don't question that, Melody. Shut up. I've already taken account the guards and where they might be positioned based on Prince Rod's information. We should be alright. Garland and I will act as distractions if needed. Princess, leave most of the fighting to us, if there's any to be done. I know. I will only fight if I need to. If only I wasn't cursed, I would be able to fight to my full extent. I think you're still quite capable without all your magic, puppeteer. Oh, a compliment? It's an honor, Miss Karma. I'm only in this dress because of Julian, you know. Julian crosses her arms and crooks an eyebrow at Claude. I wouldn't fall in love with you, no matter what you say. That's what they all say. We're here. Suddenly everyone goes quiet. I feel a lot heavier as I stare at the staircase in front of me. This should lead to the throne room. I did not know we had a secret passage to the throne room. How much does Waltz know about the palace? Immediately after we step into the throne room, we split apart to avoid the guards' gazes. I sit close to Claude and Waltz as Delora conjures a blanket of shimmering fog that envelops the guards. We got effects, people. I watch as the guards' eyes close before they slump to the ground. Delora drops her hands once all the guards are truly asleep. Amazing how intolerant humans are to magic. Let's keep going. Getting through the palace is no easy feat. Hallways that were easy to get through before are difficult to traverse now with all the soldiers standing around. Delora casts a spell to silence our footsteps into quiet muffles, but moving is still difficult, especially with such a group. Eventually, we arrive just outside the tunnels that should lead to the castle's prisons. I'll stand watch. Be careful, Waltz. I will. Oh, when you know something you can't say, but that moment just was like, oh. We enter another network of tunnels. Julian, Garland, after you. Julian glances at me briefly, then at Claude, who nods a little stiffly. We'll be right back. In accordance with the plan, Claude and I are left at the halfway point, of the tunnels to ensure a clean escape as Delora and Julian and Garland continue on to the prison. They should be fine, but I am still worried. My eyes wander to Claude, and I bite down on my lip when I notice his hand is once again raised to his chest. I find myself reaching out to grab Claude's hand, but he swiftly pulls it away. The glare on his face takes me by surprise. Why is he so angry? Claude puts a hand to his chest and flinches as he leans on the wall. Not now. His voice sounds pained. What is he talking about? Claude? I just need some space, Princess. But I am fine. I can't help but feel irritated at the way Claude has snapped at me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be this way. It's just... He trails off, his eyes distant. Because of your curse. Right. Most of the time he is sociable and a pleasure to talk to, but then he reverts to this state. It is like he is two different people. I cannot understand why he is like this. Why do I care so much for someone who keeps secrets? That's a great question, Melody. Melody, I wish I could explain, but if I did, you would hate me. Or more accurately, you would be afraid of me. I could never be afraid of you. No, really, she would stab you before she'd ever be afraid of you. What is there to be afraid of? Claude wears a pained expression as he looks at me, and once again, I see him once again grabbing at the collar of his dress, looking like he is some kind of quiet agony. That's what she said too. He's talking about the woman before, the one who didn't love him. He thinks I'm the same. I am not like her. Bitch, we ain't even dating. She's over here like, excuse me? Melody. Claude's voice trails off at the sound of running. His hand quickly moves to the hilt of his sword just as I reach for mine. Sorry. Yawn. We only relax when we see that it is Julian and Garland and Delora heading toward us. Why are they alone? Where are the king and queen? They weren't in the prison. Oh, for fuck's sake. I have no idea where else they could be. Delora steps out between the two of them, her expression somber. This does not bode well for us at all. We can't keep sneaking without a direction. That's a sure way to get caught. The words have just left her mouth when the alarm sounds behind us. Don't tell me. It's the alarm. Everyone draws their weapons as Waltz appears, running toward us with a harried expression on his face. The knights are on their way. How did they know we were here? In seconds, I hear the clinking of metal, and there are knights upon us. We are forced to scatter to deal with the different opponents. A guard rushes at me with his sword, and I manage to somehow block his attack. Yep. I should be able to wind around him. The knight falls after I catch him from behind, giving Claude an opening to attack. Melody, stay behind me. I promised I would, remember? Oh, damn. Let's keep it that way. A smile flashes across his face, and for a few moments he seems like the Claude that I know. A knight manages to separate Claude and I, leaving me by myself. He grabs my arm. Unhand me. Oh? I watch in shock as a shimmer of fog surrounds my attacker, his eyes closing as he slumps to the ground. He is only the first to fall. Seconds later, most of the knights in my immediate vicinity have fallen to the ground. I can tell by the subtle rise and fall of their chests that they are asleep. Oh. It was Delora. I thought Melody just straight up has magic now. Sorry, I couldn't focus long enough to cast that spell earlier. Delora drops her hands and turns to address Walt, Claude, and I. Head towards the entrance hall. The king must be in one of the central rooms. Julian, Garland, and I will head to the bed chambers in the east wing to look for the queen. Splitting up is not part of the plan. We don't have much of a choice anymore. If we're going to get the king and queen out of here, we have to improvise. It's not part of the plan. Bitch, the plan flew out the window when they weren't in the prison. Now go. Claude grabs my hand and jerks his head towards Walt's. Let's go. The three of us rush out and into one of the palace hallways. I keep my gaze forward while Waltz and Claude watch for enemies on either side of us. On our right. Claude grabs his sword and moves before Waltz and I can respond. He dives low towards a soldier, his sword poised straight for a devastating blow. Knights begin to approach us from the left, and I raise my sword, readying myself. Walt snaps his fingers, and a flash of light blinding the men in the immediate vicinity. I use the opportunity to rush the knights in front of me. I grit my teeth as I attack. Most of my blows are lucky. There are too many knights for me to be able to get the upper hand. There are so many of them. Well. If isn't the most desirable princess. I whip around to attack the man that spoke to me, but he's nowhere to be found. Where is he? Who are you? I wonder. Melody. I turn and see Claude running toward me, a panicked expression in his eyes. I take a step towards him when the masked man suddenly blocks my path. Hi. Hello. Who are you? I raise my sword, but the masked man taps his cane on the floor before I can swing. An incredible pressure blasts out from the cane. It shoves Claude to the floor and blows me backwards. I hit the wall hard and my vision darkens. Do we get to know his name? Claude? Where am I? Why can't I see anything? My head hurts. Rise and shine, Sleeping Beauty. I jerk upright at the familiar voice. You're the man who knocked me out. The man laughs, and I blink as I try to pinpoint the direction of his voice. Did he blindfold me? I command you to take off this blindfold. I don't take order from princesses that no one remembers. But I am a gentleman, so I suppose I shall have to heed a lady's request. The blindfold is abruptly pulled off, and I flinch at the sudden brightness. Hi. Why, hello there, princess. My captor looks at me amused. He wears a crooked grin on his masked face and a cape on his shoulders. Who is he? Who is he indeed? My eyes wander to the throne, and I cannot help but grasp at what I see. The king is strapped to the throne, hands bound, mouth covered. Your Majesty. The king pauses to look at me, his eyes containing a mixture of alarm and confusion. Oh, God damn it! I turn to glare at the masked man. Let him go. No can do, princess. However, don't you think he still looks regal sitting on his throne like that? I grit my teeth as I begin to struggle against my bonds. Struggle all you like. You won't be getting out of those knots anytime soon. Who are you? The masked man drops into an elegant bow. I am called Varg. You son of a bitch, you! Varg? What have you done to my father? Me? Nothing. Well, nothing much. I suppose gagging a person and tying their hands behind their back counts as something. Are you working for Sir Alacaster? Huh! I don't work for anyone. So he's a mercenary. The door flies open. Alacaster steps in, his face full of anger. Mythos the fool! How absolutely useless he was! Var gives a dismissive shrug. He regards me again with his mischievous smile. While I do agree with that wholeheartedly, that man is in the past. Here in the present, we have someone far more interesting to deal with. Var gestures to me. I glare at Varg before turning my gaze to Alacaster. I used to think Alacaster was someone to be respected. Not anymore. Well, if it isn't the princess herself. You remember who I am? Once Mythos made the connection, it was too obvious to be false. Could Sir Mythos remember me? I can't say shit! I want to say shit! Alacaster shifts his attention to the king. Gennaro, do you not remember this girl as your own blood daughter? My eyes meet the king's, but I see no recognition in his gaze. He cannot remember me. I still haven't managed to break my curse yet. Why are you doing this to my father? To the kingdom? Everything I do for the kingdom. All successful rulers have run with an iron fist. Fear is the best motivation. A king that is too lenient and does not inspire fear has no business being on the throne. Huh, this sounds familiar. I wonder if this has been said before. But the people of Angelia love their king. Not it exactly, but like a version of it might have been said by somebody. Before, I thought the town people were despicable because they hated me. But now I understand those reasons. They may have judged me as mother's daughter, which is wrong, but that does not mean they should be subject to a regime of fear. Your obligation as ruler is to rule for the country, not the people. Back when the queen was still alive, this palace knew the fear of the witches. They were far more productive. Fear motivates. Fear makes a man... King Alacaster. Hello. You better have a good excuse for interrupting. Your Highness, there's a beast! What are you blathering about, you fool? A beast! A magical beast is rampaging around the palace! Is this the dead witch's doing? Dead witch? No, Delora is fine. She has to be. Oh yeah, it's not Delora. Out with it. Did Mythos do this? What? Yeah, fun fact, Melody. Mythos was a witch! I cannot stop myself from blurting out the question. Sir Mythos is a witch? He was a witch, but now he is dead. Fuck you, man! He turns to his knight and demands more information. I am too shocked to hear their words. Sir Mythos, a witch? Impossible. What of the other palace intruders? We've managed to apprehend some of them, but we cannot get to everyone with that beast taking us out. That damn Mythos, still pain even after death. It's funny you think he did this. What did you do to Sir Mythos? Did you not hear me, girl? He is dead. Killed by my hand. Bullshit. But why? He was helpful at first. We worked together to achieve our own personal goals. He eyes me cautiously. He wanted you, princess. If Mythos was a witch, that would explain why he still remembered me. Why did he want me? Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't matter anymore. I gave him my knights to assist him in his search when the witches could not, but in the end that fool was too power-hungry. You never entered my plans. You would have been safe, princess, had you just stayed put. But now that you're here, you'll come in handy. Alacaster turns back to the knight, who immediately bursts into explanation once more. The beast is moving quickly! We don't know how much longer we can keep it from this room! The poor knight, like, Alacaster's over here throwing in exposition, Melody's asking questions. Meanwhile, the knight's like, there is a fucking beast, man! It's going to kill us! We don't got time for this! It's funny to me. There's a beast in the palace, and it's Sir Mythos doing? I'm so confused. What about the others? Are they okay? Let me go, Alacaster. You are not going anywhere. It sounds like some of your friends are very persistent. They'll be coming for you, and when they get here, I will kill them. And you, princess, are going to make excellent bait. You know, I like this turn of events. Kind of amusing. You. Tell me what all of this is. Varg looks unmoved by Alacaster's anger. Is it mythos that summoned the beast, or is it not? Is it not? Then you must know what is happening. You're asking me? Of all people? Ha! As if I would be able to answer any of your questions. You! Varg. It doesn't matter how many times you say my name, Alacaster. I won't have any answers for you. Sir Alacaster turns to me, his eyes manic. Whether this is mythos magic or magic belonging to one of your friends, I'm not going to let it live. Did Delora create a beast out of thin air? Alacaster draws his sword from his sheath and curses under his breath. I squirm, desperate to find some kind of break in my restraints. Varg surprises me, however, by reaching down and cutting the ropes binding my arms with a sword that I recognize. You have my sword. I stand up quickly as I can and grab the sword from him. That was too easy. I eye Varg warily as his mouth twists to a smirk. Oh, princess. What are you doing? Why are you helping me? Help? All I did was cut some ropes. Besides, I'm curious what you'll do with that toothpick of a sword. He talks like he doesn't care what happens. He doesn't. Don't think about it too much, princess. It's probably a little too much for your small head. I swing my sword at him, but Varg catches it with his cane. You really think I'm the one you should be fighting? The door breaks and it falls off its hinges. The knights stumble back and I can hear screaming as loud footsteps sounds against the hall's tiles. So what will you do? Run? Hide? Or will the beast kill you too? Hello, beast. My eyes focus on the large figure entering the room. Though I cannot make out the specifics at first, the form grows more distinct the further it moves into the room. Whatever this is, I cannot fight it. In a moment of eerie silence, there's a moment of eerie silence, and then Alacaster yells and the knights rush forward, attacking the beast as a collective. The beast throws him off with surprising nimbleness, his rage in every swipe. I dodge away just before a man's body falls on top of me. Over here, beast. Alacaster rushes at the beast. Wait, hold on. Oh, I did not. Okay, I'm a dumbass. It's fine. I'll go through. I was like, oh yeah, I should have made a save at the last one, but I didn't. My bad. It's fine. It'll be whatever. I finally managed to get a clear line of sight to the king, who is still bound and helpless on the throne. The king. I have to get him out of here. I run towards the throne, but someone stops me dead in my tracks. Saving the king really shouldn't be our priority right now. I grip my teeth and swing my sword at Varg, but he easily darts away from me. I would be watching my back. It is then that I notice the beast slowly making its way towards me. Why would it be after me? Either I stay here and fend it off, or... Alacaster catches the beast with a broad swipe of his sword, and the two are focused once more on each other. I glance urgently at the king, then at the doors. The beast moves again, and I realize that it's once more heading toward me. There's no way I can help the king in all of this mess. I need help. I have to find the others. Hopefully Alacaster will keep this beast busy long enough for me to get them. I turn and bolt through the room, weaving my way through the chaos of knights as I head towards the door. I glance over my shoulder one last time at the king. His eyes are trained on the battle before him. His hands grip the arms of his throne, but there is nothing he can do. I'm so sorry. I'll be back. Why? Don't apologize to him. You can be like, I'll be back to save you, but also think about what you've done. But for now, I have to find the others. I dart past the carnage in the room, stepping over and around bodies as they appear. Halfway to the door, the beast lunges past our Allicaster. In a few minutes, I think he might be attacking me. Stay back. I hold my sword out in front of me in a defense position like Claude taught me, but the beast never reaches me. You ruined everything, beast! Allicaster is suddenly in front of me, waving his sword at the beast. I stumble back toward the door, my heart beating loudly in my chest. I have to get out of here. Oh, there's 10 chapters, I lied! Anyway, Beauty and the Beast! Where did the beast come from? Knights immediately rush towards me. I back away as far as I can without re-entering the throne room. Princess, come quietly and we'll keep you somewhere safe until all this dies down. What? What do you mean? Huh? Huh? What do you mean are you on our side or are you just being a bastard? Hold on. I cannot take them all at once. Even knowing that I can still pull out my sword, I take a few steps back and suddenly feel my back pressed against something. The beast stands behind me, its back to me. I feel its shadow and realize that if turned around, it could swap me to the walls just like the rest of its victims. But it's just standing there, together. Together? The beast says nothing more, and though I feel on edge, there's something oddly familiar about this. Claude told me once it was better to fight back to back. I trust you for now, whatever you are. I do not know if it understood me, but I can hope. It seems more like a human than any kind of animal. Princess, get away from the beast. It will... The knight never finishes the sentence as the beast sends him flying through the air. Why is it helping me? The knights fall like dominoes to the beast, but I manage to remain standing when I strike them with my sword. Even just taking one down is hard. These men have trained for years, while I haven't even had the luxury of a year. Out of the corner of my eye I sense movement, a gleam of silver, and I hear a grunt as a sword is raised into the air. The sword is nowhere near reaching me, but... the beast. I aim and kick at the approaching knight before whirling around to look at the beast. The upcoming sword moves closer and closer to the beast's exposed back, and I know the beast will not be able to dodge in time. Move! I shove the creature and catch the knight's sword with my own before I can harm the beast. My arms are shaking underneath the strength of the impact between our swords. I feel like my arms are going to give out. Then a flash of light appears, so bright that everyone is temporarily blinded. I stumble back, rubbing my eyes. From the sounds of it, the beast is continuing to drive back the knights, most of them shouting to each other to retreat. What was that? When I'm finally able to see again, my eyes automatically land on my feet. I stare in shock. Glass slippers. I quickly reach up to my pendant and realize it's no longer there. I completed my 3 good deeds? Melody. It knows my name. I turn around and realize the beast and I are alone, the knights having fled. Did the beast drive off the rest of them? I feel pressure on my back, and I realize the beast is touching me. My first instinct is to run, but the words it utters next paralyze me. You okay? Every word sounds breathless and pained, like it takes too much to speak. It is worried about me. I watch in shock as the beast appears to gesture towards my shoes. You did it. I step back warily. What are you? The beast reaches out, and I see something glittering in the palm of its hands. The rose locket. For a few moments, my heart plummets into my stomach and my hands begin to quiver. What did you do to Claude? Lee's shadow fingers curl over the locket even as he stares at me. Gave me. I gave that locket to Claude. The beast only stares at me a few minutes longer, and then suddenly I realize that his words, nothing more than a pained growl, do not hold any malice. I gave that locket to you. The beast slowly nods. My grasp of my sword loosens as I stare at him in shock, realization dawning upon me. Claude. Yes. So this is your secret. Why would you not tell me? I could have hurt you. Claude has another form. A cursed form. And he never told me. Why? As my mind whirls, I feel everything coming together like the pieces of a puzzle. Secrets are secrets for a reason, Princess. You should know that. If I could speak on them, I would. But I can't. Melody, I wish I could explain. You would hate me, or accurately, you would be afraid of me. All those times, Claude was just clutching at his chest. You were touching your tattoo so many times before, like you were in pain. The beast growls. The sound is surprisingly soft, almost a sigh. Curse. Then that too was a warning. The first time I saw that tattoo was a beautiful rose. The second time it had more thorns. When the rose became ensnared by thorns, did he transform? And he always touched his tattoo when he came too close to me. Claude, your curse did not just make others fall in love with you. It stopped you from loving anyone too, didn't it? He mentioned that woman before, the woman who he thought loved him but didn't. Is it possible she saw him in this form and was terrified of him? If you loved anyone, you would turn into a beast. You loved a woman once, but she only loved you because of your curse. The minute you transformed, she was scared of you. Wasn't she? Yes. You sound so pained. The reason Claude has been trying to hide everything from me is because he's scared that I would have feared him. And that is why beauty has always been so important to him, but the curse cast upon him makes him both beautiful and a beast. I wanted you to love me, but no one could love a beast. His words are dwindling. It almost sounds like he's being suffocated on the inside with how slow he's speaking. Claude, I've never cared much about appearances. You know, she's not wrong. She hasn't. People have worn masks on their faces their whole life around me. Claude, I take a deep breath and I face him. I will love you, no matter what form you take. I drop my sword to the ground and make my way over to him. I rest my cheek on his chest and wrap my arms around him. I love you. The room is filled with a bright but gentle light. It almost feels like I am bathing in sunlight. For a few moments I forget my worries. Everything feels blissful and quiet, and my heart feels full. And then moments later I feel warm arms around my waist. I love you too, Melody. Oh damn, he came fully Cool. I was like, are we gonna get shirtless Claude or no? Fully clothed. Okay. I'm fine with this. Don't take that any other way. When I open my eyes, I cannot see anything, even though I know that the light has faded. That warmth is still there too, but I feel it immediately on my skin, and I realize that is because Claude is hugging me. Not as a beast, but as a man. Did I break his curse? I realize that this is the first time Claude has touched me for a long period of time without abruptly moving away. Tentatively, I move my hands, feeling the fabric of his shirt and the warmth of him underneath it. Claude. Before I can finish my sentence, my lips are sealed. I feel Claude's lips on mine, only briefly, but it is enough to make me suddenly feel faint. He pulls away from me with a brilliant smile. I've always wanted to do that. Melody, you're blushing. If I could, I would kiss you again. We have some urgent things to attend to. Oh yeah! You know. The reality of the situation begins to seep back into me. My father, Varg, Alacaster, they're all still in the throne room. The king! Let's go, Melody. When Claude and I rush into the throne room, my attention is immediately grabbed by the king calling my name. Melody! He's still bound to the throne, though. His gag is removed. A rush of relief floods through me. He is alive, and he remembers me. My gaze is drawn to the two men battling at the base of the throne. Their swords are locked in a stalemate. Alcaster and Fritz! Hey, Fitz. What has happened here? Don't question it. We're not allowed to question these things until later. This is not how you gain power. I knew it would be a thorn in my side from the moment I concocted this plan. Where is Varg? The only one here is me, and I will... Fitz's concentration slips as his eyes land on me. The opening is small, but is enough to give Alacaster the opportunity he needs. Watch out! Claude is already running over to help, but even he is too slow. Alacaster disarms Fitz before driving his sword through Fitz's chest. No! I forgot this happens! Oh shit, I forgot this happens. No! Alacaster pulls the sword out of Fitz's chest just fast enough to deflect Claude's attack. As Claude drives Alacaster away from the throne, I rush to where Fitz has collapsed to the ground. His eyes are already growing glossy. I'm sorry. I'm just like, man, I really know how to pick the games, don't I? Can't we have a normal cutesy game with Sky? No way. So someone just died. Fitz. I lean over him. There's so much blood. I glare at Alacaster. How could you do this to your own son? Anyone in my way will meet my sword. Blood does not matter. Princess. I turn back to Fitz in alarm, tears in my eyes. Fitz, hold on. Don't speak. You need to conserve your energy. Princess, I'm sorry. Fitz, please don't speak. I feel bitter tears stinging my eyes. I'm sorry. I watch as life seeps from Fitz's eyes. I put my hand to my chest to feel for a heartbeat, but Fitz's body is still. God damn. Fitz! I glance up at the sound to see Claude at the far side of the room, struggling to get to his feet. Melody, watch out! I turn, but I'm not fast enough. I see Alacaster's sword raised high in the air, and I know it will reach me before I can pick up my sword. The sword falls from Alacaster's hands as a bright red ribbon of light twinges around the hilt and drags it far from reach. I turn and I see Delora standing a short distance away, Julian, Garland, and Waltz all standing behind her. I'm afraid your performance as king has been incredibly disappointing. Julian and Garland move together, rushing Alacaster from the same side. I see Claude moving in from the other side, quiet and lethal. Princess. Waltz and Delora rush over to me as the fighting continues. Alacaster has reclaimed his sword and is trying to evade attacks from 3 different swords at once. The king. Waltz nods at me, his gaze lingering on Fitz as his expression becomes solemn. Shut up! He walks off to the throne room, while Delora kneels beside me. Delora shakes her head. That's all I need to know, that there is nothing more that can be done. We will make sure he is properly honored, but for now, we need to get you out of here. What about Ophelia? Waiting for us somewhere safe. I constructed a shield around her that will keep her hidden from view and harm until we return for her. Weren't we meant to bring the royal family back to the Marchen first? Not when we're missing the king. Besides, plans change when a magical beast starts rampaging in the castle. Oh yeah, by the way, we fixed that. Don't worry about it. Princess. I turned to look at Alacaster, who is still somehow managing to scream my name despite the fact he is being quickly overwhelmed. Princess, we could have worked together. If you were more like your mother, you could have ruled with grace, beauty, and fear. I flinch back, and Delora's hands come to rest on my forearms, her grip steadying. That is enough. I look up to see the king has stopped to stand beside me. To my surprise, the king rests a gentle hand on my shoulder, his eyes soft as he looks at me. Melody, we have a lot to talk about, but right now I have something I must do. I nod mutely and watch as the king draws his sword. He makes his way to Alacaster. Julian, Garland, and Claude step back where they have forced Alacaster to one knee. You are a traitor lacking any honor, Alacaster. You're the one who lacked honor. A ruler must have the people beneath his thumb. A ruler must lead people, not suffocate them. His oath as king is to protect them. You are no king, Alacaster. For your crimes, I find you guilty and incapable of rehabilitation. The sentence for your severity of your crimes is death. The king raises his sword, and I turn away before he strikes down his sword. You're not gonna kill— oh, hold on. I was gonna say, are both of them gonna die here? There is no sound or scream to follow. I turn once more to see that the king has pointed the sword at Alacaster's chest, but has not killed him. You will stay in the prisons until the time for your trial comes. Though you might try to refute these claims, you will be tried as a traitor to this kingdom, and then you will be executed. Alacaster's shoulders fall. The glare never leaves his face, not even when guards seize him and drag him from the room. The king immediately sends Julian and Garland out to deal with any knights that are still part of the coup. Yeah. Delora and Claude help with moving Fitz's body, while Waltz tries his best to fill the king in on the most basic points of our successful operation. So, Mr. King, we found your daughter. She's nearly been kidnapped, like, twice. She made a beast turn into a man. She learned sword practice. She knows how to clean now. There's a magical broom that helps her. Her mother was the 10 bearer. So, you know, there's that. And yeah, there's, you know, the basics. Oh, and you also, you know, don't remember her, and, she's kind of taken that to heart. Everything has died down a little bit over the last hour, but I still feel overwhelmed. I glance at Waltz and the king, who are still speaking. There's been a lot. Every time the king sees me looking at him, he flashes me an uncertain smile before glancing away. He's learning about everything Melody went through, like, fuck, I'm a horrible father. It's like, yeah, no shit. I know he wants to speak with me, but I will talk to him after. After I can get Fitz's body out of my mind. It was my fault he died, wasn't it? He saw me and stumbled. Hey, princess. What are you doing here? Here I thought you changed, but you still got some feistiness in you, don't you? Many years ago, when the war ended, we were all faced with a feeling just like this, princess. We had lost so much. The future seemed so grim. But now it's different. You have a future. You broke your curse, princess. And that gives you some kind of hope. And in addition, you broke Karma's. 2 for 1, man. Memories of Claude's arms around me, his lips on mine, come flying back to my foggy mind. My heart still feels tight, but is a little lighter when I think about him. I wish he was here right now. How did I break Claude's curse? Claude, I don't think I'll ever get used to his real name. It seems like he hasn't told you yet. I guess it's been pretty you think? So Claude turned into a beast because he loved me. Well, I could give you the laydown of his curse. Stop! Deceased! What? How do you say it? I don't know. Delora has not even started to speak when Claude runs into the room, gasping as he's been running through the halls. Curse! Are you speaking about my curse? There's no way he heard us talking from the hallway, is there? There's no fucking way. Even I feel at loss for words right now. I sense you might be talking about me. Oh my god. We love this guy. Melody, I know I picked the option, but like, this one? Really? Hell, even Rumple would be better. That's a joke. Rumple, no. The princess was just asking me about your curse. Oh, so it's right to come running. And here I was just guessing at what you might be talking about. Claude's curse was based off the tale of the Beauty and the Beast. Claude easily finishes her sentence. Delora holds up her hands as if in surrender. So eager to steal the spotlight. Well, you are talking about me after all. You always told me your curse was just the beauty's curse, though. Well, yes, because the other half was a little difficult to explain, wasn't it? He has a point, though I think he might have been able to save us all some trouble if he hadn't been so secretive about his curse. He must have really been scared that I would shun him. Allow me to explain, Princess. In the fairy tale, Prince of the Kingdom is transformed into a beast because his heart is as cold as ice. Sounds familiar to a certain icy princess, eh? Just trying to lighten the mood. Claude sighs. I would call my melodies something more flattering, like my sweet, beloved... We were talking about your curse. She said no. That was a no. Oh, right. Well, anyway, the witch who cursed the prince in the tale tells him that he has to learn to love and be loved with the petals of the rose. I'm gonna redo that. Anyway, the witch who cursed the prince in the tale tells him that he has to learn to love and be loved before the petals of the rose completely fall off. A rose. Yes, she gives him a rose, and he keeps it protected under glass. Some time passes, and the rose continues to wither away. A maiden finds the beast, and eventually the two fall in love. At the end of the tale, she confesses her love to the beast, and transforms back to a human. We're just skipping over a lot of little details in Beauty and the Beast, I see. Anyway. By confessing, I saved you. But his curse was different from the tale. I know what you're thinking. My curse was somewhat different. It was more complicated. The witch made it so that I was both the beauty and the beast. She said it suited me because I was so vain. The witch constructed a very roundabout curse. Any woman who falls in love with me as the beauty, and then when I transform into a beast, the enchantment would break and they would become terrified of me. I doubt Claude ever thought he would break his curse. The love women felt for him while he was cursed was always fake. How could that kind of love hold strong when he turned into a beast if it was never true to begin with? And then you came along, Princess. I bet he'd just given up hope and was waiting for you to dispel the curse on your birthday, but now, here you both are. But the Ice Princess in love? What a miracle. I turn away embarrassed. It is not a miracle. I am very glad I met you, Melody. Yeah? I'm glad you met me too. Thank you. Thank you. Given you were going to use me. The bastards over here like, yeah, I'm so glad I met you and fell in love with you. Like he wasn't going to use us when he didn't know us, you know? Lady Delora's words are truth. I had just about given up hope. I never had any hopes of breaking my curse. I thought the only way to fix it would have you to dispel it on your birthday. But then I came to know you and you fell in love. A fairy tale indeed. You started out frowning at everyone and everything. You've come a long way, Princess. Congratulations. You turned out to be a pretty okay princess. And you turned out to be a pretty okay witch. Damn. She really said two could play that game. Did my ears deceive me? A compliment from our little witch? You look so surprised. But you'll be the new bearer of our crystal real soon, Princess. I expect good things from you. Right. I almost forgot about that part. I'll try my best. Yet another miraculous proclamation from the little witch. Will the surprises never cease? Before I can snap at Delora again, the king awkwardly interjects, coming to stand next to us with Waltz by his side. Pardon the intrusion. Hi, what do you want? Oh, not at all, your majesty, Delora. Don't act nice now. Waltz told me that you were cursed, and that's why I forgot about you. Yes. Even if it was by a curse, I feel terrible that such a thing could have ever happened. So I will make it up to you. We can catch up from where we were many, many years ago. And maybe things can be different. I'm sorry. Melody? What for? For being the way I was before. For shunning Ophelia and her children. Oh. Ophelia. Did they bring her back to the Marchen? Ophelia stood here. After the fight was over, she was shown back to her room. She is waiting for Rod and Emily to return. Now, would you maybe be willing to tell me this story from the beginning? Oh, Claude's like, don't worry about it, I got you. This is not your story. Perhaps I can fill in the gaps, Your Majesty. Claude? The king looks startled as he stares at Claude. He blinks as if he's just noticed his presence. I feel like Claude's gonna be like, yeah, father-in-law, like something like that. Oh, and you are? Claude elegantly bows before the king. I am Prince Claude of Berga. I forgot what I called it before. It's called Berga now. A pleasure to finally meet you, Your Majesty. The Lost Prince. The king turns to me with a puzzled look. It's a long story. Claude surprises me by wrapping— oh no! No! Wrapping an arm around my shoulders and pulling me closer to him. Everyone looks shocked, except for Delora, who looks like she's trying not to laugh. As the princess's lover, I feel it is my obligation to help her explain the whole mess. I knew it! I called it! I feel my face getting hotter at Claude's sudden proclamation. All their eyes are now on me, and I feel like hiding myself. Only Claude would so bluntly say such a thing. I love any normal person would be like, oh, I'm meeting my in-laws. I gotta, make a good impression. Meanwhile, Claude's over here like, so, hi. Like, god damn it, man. Ugh. The king looks more shocked than anything. When did this happen? A few minutes ago. Well, Your Majesty, I think we better start at the beginning. No, it happened a few minutes ago. Don't be lying now. We were able to tell the king everything, save for where Varg had disappeared to. Yeah, we're no idea where he went. No one was sure where he had gone in all of the chaos. The night's searches for him all ended in failure. A lot of explaining had to be done, not just to the king, but also to the people at the tavern. As soon as everything has calmed down, Rod and Emily finally went back to the palace. I polished to them the best I could, and they seemed willing to try again. More accurately, Emily seemed willing to try again, and Rod said, fuck you. Rod doesn't like us. And I'm willing to try again too. As for Claude, so you're going back. Well, he has to. He's the Lost Prince. Are you sure you don't want to come to Brugge with me? Just for a short holiday? I'd love nothing more than to introduce you to my family. Mother would shower you with gifts, and Father would tease you. He makes jokes frequently. And Llama. Who the fuck is Llama? What did you just say, Llama? He has a pet llama? My brother, Llama. Oh, he has a brother. What? Another acronym. We are Karma and Llama. Does your father do these things on purpose? I told you he likes jokes. My brother's real name is Lance. I'm going to bring you back and introduce the two of you. And you could tell my little brother how very charming I am. She is not doing that. Is this just my imagination? Is there a glimmer of competition in his eyes? As much I would like to meet your family. You have your own obligations here. And you need to let your family know that you are safe and alive. But the thought of being separated from you. Claude sighs before he leans down and plants a kiss on my forehead. I'll miss you. You won't be gone that long. Love, that's not how you're supposed to respond. You're supposed to say, my sweet prince, I'll miss you too. Fine then, I'll miss you. Maybe. I make no promises. Claude raises an eyebrow at me and then smiles. I'll be back for your birthday. I love you, Melody. It's only been a few weeks since Claude's left, but I'm impatient. The king has been throwing grand dinners every night in preparation for my birthday, but I can hardly concentrate on anyone else when I've been thinking of Claude. I told him about all the smaller birthday celebrations. I thought he would be here for them. God damn it, man. You can't just be there for her birthday. You have to be there for the little birthday, too. My birthday's in a few days. When will he come back? Cool. I've tried to make myself busy, mainly by continuing my sword practices with Julian and Garland, who have rejoined the Order of Cauldria. Every time I am around the knights, I think of Fritz. Oh baby. I shall bring new flowers tomorrow. If Claude would just return already, we could go pay our respects again. Claude doesn't know him! God. I don't want to read that, but also, god damn it. Hello, Melody. My love, my sunshine, my beautifully betrothed. Claude? I shake my head and try to gather my thoughts. First of all, you did not knock. Second, we are not engaged. We may as well be, don't you think? At the very least, knock before you come in. Still worried I would come in on you in the middle of changing? Would you have minded so terribly? Yes! It's worth saying these things to you just to see you blush. Why are you even here? His arrival is so sudden, and I had absolutely no time to prepare. Claude sighs dramatically. You didn't want me back here? No, I mean, you did not even write to say you'd be back today. I wasn't expecting you. I did say I'd be back for your birthday. I am a man of my word. Should I have stayed out longer? No, of course not. I grumble as Claude walks over to my bed, grinning. He sits down on the bed next to me and wraps an arm around my waist, pulling me closer. I sigh out and lean my head on his shoulder. It is a startling contrast to what I'm used to what it used to be before. Before, if I touched him, he would flinch and turn away from me. Now, he is always right next to me. Oh, he's such starved. Now. Oh. Claude's whole body seems to relax as I tentatively wrap my arms around him and hug him back. I knew I would miss you, but it really was terrible being away from you. But you enjoyed the time with your family. I did, and my brother was very frustrated that I spoke about you almost every hour of the day. How could you have that much to say about me? Oh? I felt like I didn't have enough time to list off all your virtues. I nudged him in the arm, but he just grins at me. A glint from Claude's pocket catches my eye, and I flush proudly when I know 'tis the rose locket. Looking at the locket makes me think back to the night when he transformed back into a prince. Lost in thought, are we? I was just noticing the locket. You still carry it with you. Of course I do. It has become my most valuable possession. He pulls the locket out and pops it open. I am startled when I see the small sheet of paper with my own words on it. My message to him is still there. Claude smiles as he reads the words aloud. A normal rose would have withered, so I offer this one instead and a heartfelt thanks. I say nothing when he turns to look at me. Your cheeks are red again. Your embarrassment is adorable, darling. I am not embarrassed. I didn't think he'd keep the words in there, or that they would ever mean so much to him. Yes, of course, you just have rose cheeks. He pauses as he closes the locket again and looks at it fondly. I love this locket because it is the first gift you gave me. He was holding the locket as the beast too. It was half the reason I recognized him. I jump as Claude taps my nose with his finger. This locket isn't going anywhere anytime soon, I can assure you. I smile as he winks at me. Anyway, allow me to pull you back to the present. Since I promised you no more secrets, let me tell you something. Oh? Claude looks away from me, his eyebrows furrowing, and I frown. I hope it's nothing serious. It's not. It's him. I'm nervous about sitting down with your father tonight. Oh, now you're nervous! Now you're concerned. You had no issue fully telling her father. Hey, I'm her lover. We didn't even decide that yet. You just straight up were like, yep, we're together now. Bro. You're nervous. I start laughing without even meaning to. I would too. You're laughing at my pain, princess. He pulls me closer and kisses the top of my head. But you are too flamboyant to be nervous. Damn. I'm confident, princess, not flamboyant. There's a difference. Right. Right. Claude's expression grows more solemn. He looks at me seriously, almost sadly. Melody, I'm still sorry about lying to you. That whole time, I made myself up to be someone beautiful. Someone I wasn't. You think that affected her? She knew. I believed I was truly a good person on the inside, and that I deserved good things even though I was selfish. He's already apologized to me before, too many times. Claude, you do not have to apologize. No, that witch was right to curse me. I've always had everything handed to me on a silver platter. When I came to Angelia, I believed that if it wasn't going to help break my curse, it wasn't important. And then I met you. And my first thought, I would have to get... Oh, hold on. At first, I thought I would just have to get on your good side so you could help me dispel my curse, but then, Melody, I realized I was drawn to your confidence and commitment. But I could never admit that I was in love with you. I was so scared that if I transformed into a beast and you were scared of me, I would lose my chance at winning your heart. So you see, princess, I was selfish. I wanted all of you without having to give you all of me. I look down to where our hands are intertwined. I grip his fingers tighter. I've told you enough times now that you have nothing to apologize for. But you insist on apologizing. Maybe you ought to do something to make it up to me. The words are out of my lips before I can even think them. I stop suddenly, trying to ignore the hot flush in my cheeks. Claude looks at me, puzzled, and for a few moments I feel triumphant that I have caught him off guard. Then the puzzled look fades. Blah, 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 blah. Then the puzzled look fades, and Claude just grins at me. Oh my, so forward. Forward? I open my mouth to apologize when he suddenly grabs my hands and tugs me down to the bed. Holy shit! The instincts Claude taught me in sword fighting are quickly overwhelmed by my surprise, and in no time at all he has me pinned down to the bed and is looming over me smiling. Oh no 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 no. Hi. I'm disappointed. Princess, you knew my weakness and you didn't even exploit it there. Your weakness? Yes. He leans closer to me, our noses almost touch. My weakness is you, Melody. Ooh. He leans down and our lips finally meet. My earlier tension melting away as warmth flows through me. He pulls away and smiles at me. You see, I let my guard down in front of you. I let my guard down in front of him too, and only him. This whole time, all I've wanted to do is be able to touch him like this. His fingers move gently up my arm and he leans down to kiss me again. Oh my god. Okay, guys. Let's not... Okay, thank you. I was like, let's move on, please. The sound of knocking startles us both. A muffled voice comes through the door. Princess, the king is requesting your presence down in the dining hall. He says that your friends have arrived. I noticed! Princess? I hear the doorknob begin to turn and quickly speak. Yes, I'll be there in a moment. I will let him know, princess. First the curse, now this. Shut up! It is as if the world is conspiring against us. He kisses me once more on the forehead before slowly sitting up and running a hand through his hair. I catch the mischievous look in his eyes as I smooth down my own ruffled hair. Don't worry, Melody. We'll just finish this later. Shut up. I feel my cheeks flush. Yeah, that's why I was like, please, go. Let's just quickly move on. That maid just saved me from being banned for sure. You say such uncouth things. Claude chuckles before he stands up and offers his hand. I take it and smile up at him. I love you, Melody. And now I get to say it as many times as I like. I love you too, Claude. I stand up on my toes and plant a kiss on his lips before heading to the door. Let's go, Claude. The end. Now we get to watch the beautiful credits. That was... yeah. I forgot some of the stuff, but I remembered others, and then I forgot some of the stuff. Remember? I forgot Fitz just fucking dies. That was a shock to me. I remember Karma turning into the beast. I remember that. Yeah. I don't remember whose route am I supposed to do after Karma. Try to remember. I think it's Rumple, and then it goes Rod, and then it goes Waltz, and then it goes the last one. The last one, which I cannot say because that would be spoilers. Oh, that ending scene, there were so many like things happening that's like, oh, I remember what was happening. I can't say shit, but I remember what was happening. But yeah, that was Karma's route. It was! And it only gets better with the other routes because they have their own stories. They've got their own... Some of them have more lore for Melody and then others. Because, like, in this one we got a lot about Melody, right? But there is still, like, a ton that's not explained yet. But yeah. And now... Wait. Is it gonna play the intro? Is it gonna play the intro? I didn't. Damn it! Oh, close enough. But hey, there he is. I knew about the crystals too. And now it shows Karma there. And now on gallery. There's no extras, but there are just... This is miscellaneous. There's a couple missing. Yeah, here's some of her dreams. There's a couple missing. But here's all of Karma's. Except one. And this one is the bad ending. Achievements. Yeah, there it is. A rose in bloom. Karma's good ending. And so there's others too. And there's a couple for like, I know the Guided by Intuition is the one that's like, yeah, I know, it's cool. Yeah, they do change. Right. I was like, I remember like looking at the title screen and I was like, oh, I know who this is. I know who this one is. I know who this is. And I know who this is. And I was like, who the fuck is this? But I remember who this is now. I just don't remember his fairy tale. So, his route is going to be so fun because I don't remember that much about him. So that's gonna be interesting to play. But yeah, they do change. And obviously our lovely Cinderella here. Yeah. Part of me is like, oh, maybe I should start a new one. Well, okay. Actually. No, thank you. Skip. I'm gonna just skip to the first option with Luciette's name. You've unlocked the fast forward feature. This feature is for future playthroughs. This feature has been activated. With this, you'll be able to skip through all the choices you were able to make again, as well as unseen dialogue. It's just right there on the utmost corner of a quick menu. Okay. Let me double check the settings. The unseen dialogue is not. There we go. Not skipped. Anyway. Skip to the next choice. Yes. It was just a blank screen as it's like, where the fuck is the next choice? Hold on. Okay, well, that was a bad decision, I guess. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, this works. That works fine. I'm gonna stop messing around with it. I was gonna just go to the next save so that we could have that, or go to the decision area where you choose who is gonna help you and whatnot. But it's chill. We don't have to do that. I got a game. The game's like, don't fuck with me. All my chairs back to normal. Whatever. It's fine. It works. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today's stream. Then, yeah, that was fun. That was a really interesting story. That was Karma's done, and now we just got a couple other guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you had a wonderful time. Thank you all for being here. And good night. I'm tired now, so goodbye everyone.